turn now to the unrelenting heat wave that is expanding this week into the Midwest and Northeast.
Today, Las Vegas could hit 110 degrees for the 11th consecutive day. Phoenix is now on pace to become the first major U.S. city ever to average over 100 degrees for an entire month.
It's too hot. I didn't even put makeup on. You know, when it's so hot, you don't even want to.
We're doing this.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, the number one thing that I have in mind is to get the heck out of these hot, humid Midwestern states. We're on our way to Maine, baby.
We did.
No matter what we do on those hot days, we always end it with a nice cool rinse down, and just gives everyone that reset before bedtime to cool them down and just chill them out a little bit.
Say it like that.
While we do seek out heat, we also make sure that it is around water.
You know, it's so peaceful.
We love to go to the ocean, we love going to the lake, we love to stand up paddleboard, kayak, swim. Just being near the water usually drops the temperature by like 10 degrees, and that makes a drastic difference in the experience and allows us to optimize our time outside. One of the things that we always do is make fresh smoothies, fresh fruit, maybe a little bit of protein, and the girls see it as a treat. But really they're staying hydrated and getting those nutrients that we need to ensure that they are getting on those extra hot days.
Oh my goodness.
And then when possible, we try to get campgrounds that do have shaded options for us as well. We have 2 max air fans that allow us to maximize our airflow. We'll set one to blow air in and one to blow air out, and that will create airflow throughout the van. And when it does get just too hot, there's no relief between day and night, and it's just stuffy. Sometimes we'll just check into a hotel. No shame, they usually have a pool, they always have AC, and they definitely have showers.
We don't have an air conditioning unit. The only thing we can really do is try to keep the sun out as best as possible. So the number one thing that we would want to do is park in the shade. However, because we're solar powered and we're here for a couple of days, I want to park in full sun to keep my batteries charged, right? So let's show you some of the things that we've done to keep it shady and to get some ventilation going through our van. We're boondocked right here next to the Ohio River. That's Kentucky on the other side. It's just fabulous. We're here for a couple of days. Love this spot. But let's take a look at the inside of the van now and see how we should do our best to keep it cool, right? Let's talk about the insulation in the van. And what I have is 1.5 inches of polyisocyanate foam. And then I sealed up all of the edges with the great stuff foam. Nita made these fabulous shades that fit in the windows, and this one fits in the passenger window. So the Reflectix is the one side of the shade, and then the other side of the shade is this wonderful material. Okay, and these are the Arctic Tern windows from the outside. And you can see they open up pretty far, so you get an awful lot of ventilation here. And a lot of things that I really like about these windows, in addition to the fact that they open this much, you know, you get a big hole there for ventilation. You can also open them during the rain, unless the rain is really coming, you know, horizontal or something like that. Okay, so I'm gonna hop up here a minute. I'll show you probably the most ubiquitous device that you'll find in anybody's RV or fan is the Max Air Fan. And right now I have it venting out, so when these doors are closed and we have all the shades in, it's sucking air from the cool side of the van underneath the awning, sucking it through the van and out there. We have these little reading lights here, these gooseneck lights. And those are for reading, and the fan plugs in right here with a USB. But I wanted to talk about these bug nets a little bit because these were bought off of Amazon, and Nita, talented as she is with sewing, made some major modifications to these. And we fitted this so it fits our van perfectly. And the main modification that we made was we took out these big, long, kind of flexible magnets that these bug nets come with. If you've ever bought one of these, you know what I'm talking about. This one has one here. It's a big, long, flexible magnet. And we've replaced them with little short 1-inch rare earth magnets, which are super, super strong, so that when you shut it, it absolutely seals it up like that. And so we really like those. And the side screen was a total major modification. I'm not going to go into that in this video, but no, the bug nets are really important too, so you can sleep with your doors open and keep things as cool as possible.
I love these little like beach boards.
Yeah, they're definitely fun.
Not walking in sand.
I think we're gonna get to see the sunset here.
Last summer, in the late spring, we went to Big Bend, which is a desert region at the bottom of Texas. We absolutely loved it there, but during the summer months, it can get up to 130 degrees.
We are off for our hike for the day.
Getting outdoors in the summer is one of our favorite things. We love going for hikes, we love going paddleboarding, we love swimming.
So from my understanding, it is Mexico right there behind us.
Hiking to swimming holes is probably one of our favorite things to do because there's nothing like, after going on a long hike, the reward of jumping into a pool.
Guys, we just saw a mama bear and 2 cubs. Day is made.
I'm not sure we've had to create any like DIY hacks in the moment. A good one is just kind of evaporative cooling. And evaporative cooling, you have a mist, if you will, and then you have air pushing through it. And then as it's going to pass through the water, which then evaporates, and the air is then kind of a you know, just having some spray bottles.
The number one thing on my list was temperature control. Knowing that I was going to be traveling with Honcho, there was going to be times where he has to be in the bus and can't come and do things with me. And so I wanted to have the peace of mind knowing that I was able to keep the bus comfortable and safe for him on days that it's super hot.
Hot boy.
I expected this mini split to be able to cool my whole space. I will say it only stays cool till about here. And this whole side of my house is hot, even with the mini split on. When we hang out at a park, I just bring a bag with a blanket, some toys for Honcho, some water. I've got a hotspot that I have only for situations like this and my iPad, so I'm able to watch Netflix and chill for a few hours, which is actually amazing. The other hack I have for travelers is if it's super hot and you need air conditioning and you have a dog, you can take them to Lowe's, Home Depot, PetSmart, Petco, any pet store, and go walk around in air conditioning and just browse for like an hour. I love doing that with Honcho. It gives us a great opportunity to work on his leash manners, which can never not work on enough with him. So that's also another thing that we'll do on super, super hot days. But for the most part, the park is our go-to. And that's how we beat the heat while living on the road.
Okay, just woke up this morning and right now it's on 30%. I just turned it up to 40%. And that's 90%. All right, so even though that keeps you cool, sometimes you just need to close all the doors and blast some cold air in your van to stay cool and to survive. Oh, that's a cool cardinal bird, wow. Let me see if I can grab that on camera. See, this is why I love being in van life and being outside. I get to see the coolest things. Oh my God, look at that. Anyway, since being outside in van life, I've fallen in love with birds, oddly. My friend Abby calls me a bird watcher now, so she's going to give me a book so I can document all of the birds that I find. So shout out to van life, because I'm having a great time doing that. So anyway, we're going to talk about the actual device that I use to keep my van cool, keep the bug net closed for bugs. So anyway, in my van, I use a Zero Breeze. In this bag, I have these 3 tubes. Just put it in here and just start twisting. Now I have everything screwed in. And since I'm recording, you just pull this out and you can angle this where you want it to go. It's pretty silly. Alright. So right now I'm just stretching this cord and angling it. Alright. So now the cold air is going to blow up there. The hot air from it working hard is going to exhaust out the window. Push this button to turn on. You hear that power? Oh, it feels great. I'm probably going to spend a few hours out here doing some work. Or I might take a nap because I've already done a lot of editing and work for today. I'm not going to watch TV because I'm already drawing so much power from this. And man, it's 65 degrees right now. In the comments below, let me know what other steps I should be taking to make sure that my van is okay in this heat.
Why don't you pour me another?
He's happy doggy.
This is
Happy doggy.